Hey guys, so welcome back. I just left off with telling you about my little telescopes over here who are still quite hungry. Hey guys, hey guys. I know I kind of talk to my goldfish. I think that's not normal, but I love them. Dude, I can't even tell you how happy these little fish make me. They're so cute, they're so wonderful, but there is obviously a downside to goldfish keeping, and I'll tell you that story right now really quick, and that's kind of how Bonnie, my little red and white butterfly right here, got her name. I had originally, when I had went and got my 40-gallon tank, the first one, the one you guys saw in the first videos with my little guys in it, I always kind of peruse through their fish section. Most of the time I really don't buy from them. I have gotten a few from them, but I try not to because of the quality of how they care for their fish and the quality of how they come. But on this occasion, I happened to see the most beautiful orange, mostly orange, a little white on his fin, Aranda, and he had just the prettiest little white on his head. Big fish too, 5-6 inches. And I fell in love, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this huge fish is here. I thought about it really hard and went and got my tank and a bunch of other stuff to set up that tank. This was a few months ago, I guess. Was impulsive and got this beautiful Aranda. I did notice while I was in the store that he did have a little bit of a mark on his bottom jaw lip, kind of like a red little spot. I was like, no problem, I got this, Went home, put him in my 20-gallon tall with all my setups and whatnot, and noticed that it just kept getting worse. And so I treated with something else, thought it was maybe fungal, did my research, maybe it was red spot, got worse, right? So I felt really bad for him because keep in mind that it never really got a whole bunch worse. It got a little bit better at one point. Sorry, the light, guys. I'm trying to let some background light in here, and of course they all want to come over to the feeding spot. But anyways, and I noticed over the course of about 2 months, it get better and worse and better and worse, no matter what kind of conditions I had him in. I did my salt dips, and then I did antifungals, and I did a couple of different kind of antibiotics, and through all this he was very happy, eat out of my hand, sweet little goldfish. Then he started on the upswing. He looked really great. The red spot was almost completely gone. I was like, woo, yay, it's almost gone. It's been about 3 weeks, no more, fluctuations. He was happy. And I ended up finally getting my 40-gallon to where I was comfortable putting fish in it, and I got him. And then I ended up getting this beautiful little girl as well, who I did get on eBay, and she came in beautiful condition, except for, of course, a little bit of fin rot a couple of days later. I usually find that in shipping, you will get stressed out fish, especially because she, as I'm calling it, was from California, and I believe that when they get shipped, they always get a little stressed out. But anyways, put her in the tank with him, and he was just so excited to have a friend. He immediately loved on her. I think I have some old videos of him kind of loving on her, and it was just so cute. And they were together for about 2 months, and then all of a sudden one night I noticed that something on that little thing on his face, like literally overnight, guys. My fish are in my bedroom. I've got 3 tanks in here, and I love my fish. I watch over my fish. I feed them 2 to 3 times a day. I change their water once a week. These fish are not just sitting in my basement or in my garage not getting loved or looked at. I love my fish, and he literally overnight went from having a little teeny barely noticeable red spot in his bottom jaw to it being an open gaping sore of a wound. And you guys can see I'm very minimal on my tanks. I just recently added, within the last month or so, actually just under a month, a few weeks, added any kind of background besides a couple of river rocks and my eco stones. I still keep a bare bottom. He didn't get caught on anything, and it was overnight. It was huge. I couldn't even believe it. I was so shocked. Asked a couple of people about what to do. Nobody really had an idea of what to do, especially because of all of my, what I had done. I called my local fish stores, asked them the same thing. They said salt dips. I said I tried that, and he was like that for about a week before he stopped eating. And I had separated him after that, of course, and put him in a 20-gallon long with a bunch of air in there and some modified filters to make sure he was comfortable and happy. And it was overnight that he was, he had just gone within a span of about 7 days. I don't know what that was. I can't even tell you. It was very, very disappointing, and I was very heartbroken. And the reason why I named this one Bonnie is because I had already named him Clyde after one of my favorite fish from Solid Gold. She has had a beautiful fish, and when I got him, it just reminded me of that fish. I don't know why, because it was so spunky and cute and interactive. But so that's Bonnie. Clyde passed, unfortunately. Now I do want to say that, sorry for the shaky camera, guys. I'm sitting on my bed, actually, and staring at my fish like I usually do before I go to bed or while I'm watching them or whatever. None of my other fish have any spots, any fungus. This tank is cycled beautiful. I did do mostly a water change, and I cleaned out my filters and did a nice tank scrub. I took them out, just to make sure everything was cool and clean, and did bleaching of the other tank that he died in before I put water back into it. That tank is no more anyways, but long story. But yeah, that's the only real problem I've ever had with dying. And I don't know what that was. It was like freak of nature kind of thing. I did so many, oh my gosh. I can't even tell you what I did. But anyways, this video is running along. I might not upload, but I hope you enjoyed staring at my goldfish with me and enjoying listening to me rant about the only real problems I've had with my new hobbyist goldfish keeping. I'll see you